Jihad is an Islamic term referring to the religious duty of Muslims to maintain and spread the religion. In Arabic, the word jihad is a noun meaning the act of striving, applying oneself, struggling, persevering. A person engaged in jihad is called a mujahid, the plural of which is mujahideen. The word jihad appears frequently in the Quran, often in the idiomatic expression, striving in the way of God, to refer to the act of striving to serve the purposes of God on this earth. Muslims and scholars do not all agree on its definition. Many observers, both Muslim and non-Muslim, as well as the Dictionary of Islam, talk of jihad having two meanings: an inner spiritual struggle, and an outer physical struggle against the enemies of Islam, which may take a violent and non-violent form. Jihad is often translated as holy war, although this term is controversial. According to Orientalist Bernard Lewis, the overwhelming majority of classical theologians, jurists, and specialists in the hadith understood the obligation of jihad in a military sense. Javad Ahmad Ghamidi states that there is consensus among Islamic scholars that the concept of jihad will always include armed struggle against wrongdoers. It was generally supposed that the order for a general war could only be given by the caliph, but Muslims who did not acknowledge the spiritual authority of the caliphate, such as non-Sunnis and non-Ottoman Muslim states, always looked to their own rulers for the proclamation of a jihad. There has been in fact no universal warfare by Muslims on non-believers since the early caliphate. Some proclaimed jihad by claiming themselves as Mahdi, e.g., the Sudanese Muhammad Ahmad in 1882. In classical Islam, the military form of jihad was also regulated to protect civilians. Jihad is sometimes referred to as the sixth pillar of Islam, though it occupies no such official status. In 12 Shia Islam, however, jihad is one of the 10 practices of the religion. Origins. In modern Standard Arabic, the term jihad is used for a struggle for causes both religious and secular. The Hans Ware Dictionary of Modern Written Arabic defines the term as fight, battle, jihad, holy war. Nonetheless, it is usually used in the religious sense, and its beginnings are traced back to the Quran and words and actions of Muhammad. In the Quran and in later Muslim usage, jihad is commonly followed by the expression fi sabilillah, in the path of God. Muhammad Abdul Halim states that it indicates the way of truth and justice, including all the teachings it gives on the justifications and the conditions for the conduct of war and peace. Quote, "It is sometimes used without religious connotation, with a meaning similar to the English word crusade." Quranic use and Arabic forms. According to Ahmed al-Dawudi, 17 derivatives of jihad occur altogether 41 times in 11 Meccan texts and 30 Medinan ones, with the following 5 meanings: striving because of religious belief, war, non-Muslim parents exerting pressure, that is, jihad, to make their children abandon Islam, solemn oaths, and physical strength. Hadith. The context of the Quran is elucidated by hadith. Of the 199 references to jihad in perhaps the most standard collection of hadith, Bukhari, all assume that jihad means warfare. Among reported saying of the Islamic prophet Muhammad involving jihad, the best jihad is the word of justice in front of the oppressive sultan, and the messenger of Allah was asked about the best jihad. He said, "The best jihad is the one in which your horse is slain and your blood is spilled." Ibn Nuhas also cited a hadith from Musnad Ahmad ibn Hanbal, where Muhammad states that the highest kind of jihad is the person who is killed whilst spilling the last of his blood. According to another hadith, supporting one's parents is also an example of jihad. It has also been reported that Muhammad considered well-performing Hajj to be the best jihad for Muslim women.